Hi, how are you? I'm Anthony from Cypher House, and today I'm back with some more of Escape from Alcatraz. I'm really enjoying this 25-year-old puzzle hunt so far. I dove into the PDF in the last video, and I still have this starting folder that may be useful somewhere along the line. I managed to solve the escape routes puzzle as well as behind bars and escape concerns, and I used the two keys that those puzzles gave me to escape from cell block section A. After that, my game master told me I had unlocked the next 2 pages of the PDF, so we're going to start looking into those now. We are on the upper catwalk. The only exit from the catwalk appears to be a flight of stairs located behind a locked stair door. As you case the surrounding area, you notice 2 uninhabited cells that still contain some items left by former inmates. The first puzzle we unlocked is called Garden Variety. Each of the 16 7-letter answers in this puzzle begin in the numbered space and proceed either clockwise or counterclockwise towards the center. The clue for each answer consists of 3 7-letter words. One of them is a, sometimes fairly loose, synonym of the answer, another is an anagram of the answer, and the third is simply a red herring that will be unused. Interesting. Okay, this is my best attempt at recreating this puzzle in Sheets. I think it preserves all the necessary information. The 8 clues, I have their numbers at the top here, and then I've just duplicated the 8 over to the other side of the grid so that I can look at how it crosses with like 1, 2, and 3, as well as on this side of the grid how it crosses with 5, 6, and 7. So I think this should work just fine. I think I see this one. I think placate is the synonym, and sausage anagrams to assuage. Do all of 4's options have an A? Only pelican does. So pelican has to be the anagram. In place. I think in place works for ordered. I think petard's anagrams to departs for a synonym of embarks. So 3 counterclockwise has a D and an S, so seaside needs to anagram to either illness or players. Looks like it's disease. For 2 counterclockwise, brigade anagrams to a bridge, which means shorten. 1 clockwise should have an R, A, and E, so caterer is anagramming to either balcony or tidying. I think it's terrace. I think summons means invites, which is an anagram of viniest. 5 counterclockwise, V, R, E, so we're anagramming revised. It looks like this anagram's to diverse, which means varying. 6, we're anagramming hustles to get either pervade or beagles. I think it's sleuths. I think beagles is another word for sleuths. 5, dilutes anagrams to duelist, which is a fighter. I think for 7, patches means repairs, which is an anagram of aspirer. This one we have to anagram presume to get either allures or highest. Supreme means highest. Alright, 7 down, we need to anagram pleaser. It looks like it's a relapse, which is a setback. For 8 counterclockwise, we have an LET, so we're anagramming, it could be entails or latrine. I think we're anagramming entails to get salient, which means glaring. I'm gonna try the other 8. We have an SDE, so we're anagramming dawdles. Envelop would be swaddle. So lastly, for 1 counterclockwise, we have a TAPE. So I think we're anagramming pirates, and we need either linkage or saunter. Looks like it's traipse. But the question is, did this get me another key? See, my first guess was going to be to read either the outermost or innermost letters. I don't have a letter K anywhere in this puzzle. It's possible I need to combine it again with a different puzzle, just like we had to do with 2 of our puzzles last time. The only other idea I have immediately is that maybe our red herrings spell something out, so I'm going to keep track of all those. Yeah, I don't immediately see anything else to do with this puzzle, so I'm just going to save the solution for now, and we'll move on to the next one and see if it shines any light on what we're supposed to do. All right, these are the other two puzzles that we've unlocked. There's Proverbial Wisdom. The answer to each of the clues below is a 4-letter word that should be written in the corresponding column of the grid. 2 of these, which are not words, are already in place. Then drop the letters into the boxes below to get a maxim reading from left to right, row by row, followed by the author. Words continue from the end of one row to the beginning of the next. Heavy bars mark the division between the words. So it's a drop quote, but we need to fill in our drop quote initially. And then we also have the puzzle Crossing Guard, which seems to just be a crossword puzzle, except all of the crossing letters for the words have been removed and replaced with a number that presumably gets placed on its corresponding blank. I'm going to start with Proverbial Wisdom, and we'll go from there. Okay, I believe I've transferred the puzzle Proverbial Wisdom into my sheet, so let's go through. Mouthwash flavor is probably mint. Sites for golf drives. It's not courses, it's not holes. Oh, I wonder if it's tees? Designer known for the new look. The only one that comes to mind is the Emperor's New Look, but I don't think that's the same thing here. Musical symbol that's French for key. Is it clef? One of Bart's sisters. I don't watch a lot of Simpsons. Is it Lisa? The constellation part is a star. Lamb's moms are ewes. I'm not sure where this quote is from, but I'm guessing it's they'll eat ivy too? The very first word would have a hard time starting with N or M. Could be I-N. The other option is like T-H-E. I'm thinking it might be like these. That would be a decent start to a maxim. These something. Wait, is Yzma? Yzma's from the Emperor's New Clothes, right? Is she the designer known for the new look? All right, I'm gonna try it. I haven't looked anything up to confirm it yet, but if Yzma goes there, then these would fit pretty well here. And then if would probably be this 2-letter word. I think it's more likely that M would go at the end of this word than an A. I'm gonna add in Meyer. I think it's a decent guess for 7 down. I'm thinking filth might be dirt, and I'm only going with dirt over like soil or something else, because I like the D being there. I think and might go in this row. I'm thinking the top row could be something like these are 3. Like, we're really close to spelling 3. Okay, I think I'm gonna try using a crossword solver to look for possible solutions to these other 3 that I don't have answers for yet. And then I'm gonna try to solve the drop quote on my own. I'm seeing a bunch of possible 4-letter synonyms for facility, but maybe the best one that I'm seeing, or at least the one that to me feels the best, is ease. Apparently, a stock exchange membership is a seat. I was not familiar with that one. And I'm finding a member of the opposition is anti. All right, so can I figure out what this is going to be spelling? Okay, I'm seeing Mark is a pretty good name that could go here, and we know that this ends with the author of the maxim, so I'm gonna fill in Mark. Do we see what his last name could be? I'm gonna fill in my guess of R. I wonder if it could be 3 hands. These are 3 hands. I see that we could fit lies in both here and here. That would give us a CS at the end of this word, and we'd have a T at the beginning of this word. So 3 is still looking pretty good there. Lies could also fit here. Why are we saying lies so much? So if we put in lies in 3, we're left with this. Oh, Mark Twain. Mark Twain is saying this, so this isn't they. So who will eat ivy too? I'm gonna look up that quote. It looks like this is from a song called Mersey Dotes, and the lyric is actually kids. Kids will eat ivy too. Okay, I think it might actually be like 3 kinds. Is Yzma wrong? Yzma's wrong, isn't it? It just happened to look about correct. I apparently wasn't even spelling Yzma correctly, so that that probably was just completely wrong. So I might look up what the right answer to 4 is in a moment, but I'm pretty sure this is going to spell there are 3 kinds of lies, probably. So we're looking for a designer known for the new look that has an R and an O in it. Apparently it's Christian Dior. Alright, so now that I've corrected my mistakes, hopefully this is a bit easier to solve. I do think 3 is going to go here. There are 3 kinds of lies. Lies, blank lies, and blank. It's lies, damned lies. I think I have heard this phrase before. Isn't it supposed to be statistics? Maybe the phrase is a kid will eat Ivy too? Okay, yeah, I did find that. Sorry, I messed up the lyrics. And so we have our maxim, and there's actually a Wikipedia page for it. Lies, damned lies, and statistics. A phrase describing the persuasive power of statistics to bolster weak arguments. The phrase was popularized by Mark Twain, although Twain apparently attributed the quote to the British Prime Minister, despite all of our historic records of the earliest known instances of the phrase coming after that Prime Minister's death. So, bit of a mystery, I guess, as to who said this first. The real question, though, is what do I do with that? That didn't give me a key. I'm having flashbacks a little bit to the last video where we'd solved 2 of the puzzles and still hadn't really gotten any solutions. So I'm going to continue to the third one because that's what worked for me last time. So let's take a look at the puzzle crossing guard. Okay, I think I've transferred over the puzzle crossing guard. The first thing that I'm seeing is I think image would go well here. And the way that I've set this up is when I put an M here in box 8, I should get an M up there. Okay, this is harder than I thought. There's a lot of word options for some of these. So I am going to pull up one look, I think. So I'm going to start with this bottom word here. Yeah, I think the only thing that can go down there at the bottom is dissident. I'm wondering if this can only be timid. This is probably either ointment or liniment, but I think liniment makes more sense, because I'm guessing this is going to be taxi running across. Oh no, I guess it could be text, huh? Oh, it could be ghetto. Then ointment and text. How about this one? Probably warthog. Not a lot of other options there. So is this going to be nowhere up here? I'm thinking this might be radon, giving us dotage there. And then I'm thinking intern goes here. I just hope that that word along the top of the grid has some options. Samurai. It's looking like this is going to spell middle. So this is looking like aisle. That gives us locks. And this is maybe like stance. Or maybe, I don't think a T would go very good for 15. So I think this is like seance. And then it's going to be like something middle letters. So this is probably llama running across here. Is this tungsten? Maybe that's like furlong? I'm gonna try one look for this down entry here and make sure that there's a good vowel that could come at the end of this word. It's scenario, of course. I am gonna fill in furlong there, and then this is probably relief. I'm guessing rhyme, and naysayer works pretty nicely there. This is looking a lot like discount. Okay, so now this is looking like read the middle letters of something. Oh, it's going to be of the unused words. Okay, so those red herring words are going to be important, I think. Let's just finish this up. We have a D there. We have an H here. Oh, this is actually probably viscount and voucher. An update and upend. Oh, this is an E for heated and dieter, maybe? We have read the middle letters of the unused words in garden variety. And then there's something at the end of this. That should be an A for aid and arraign. O here. We get a D here. Oh, I see. These last bits are going to be in order. So we should get an I here for diamond And we get an R here for errand and ruining. Okay, cool. So read the middle letters of the unused words in garden variety in order. All right, so the middle letter of tidying is a Y, and then we get O, U, M, O, U, N, D. I highlighted the wrong word in 4. It's not summons, because that means invites. It's trifles. So this is you found, and then we have K-E-Y. And if I did these right, we have F-I-V-E-R. You found key 5R. So I think I can tell my brother that I found key 5R and probably get that. Okay, my brother just gave me key 5R. So let's see which of these it goes to. Is it our exit stairs? No, it doesn't look like it. I need 2 small bumps in a row. So it goes here, I believe, to cell Z59. Okay, I told my brother that I put the key in cell Z59, and he said, you open cell Z59. This is where they keep one of the more feared inmates. Inside his cell, however, is not the inmate, but another puzzle. And he said I unlocked this puzzle in cell Z59 called We've Only Just the Begun. I'm pretty zoomed in here because there's something else on the right half of this page of the PDF that I haven't unlocked yet. So I'm doing my best to only look at the things that I've actually unlocked. We have a grid, and it looks like answers are weaving throughout the grid. That's probably what the weave in the puzzle title means. And we have some clues. So I'm going to translate it over to Sheets and get started. All right, I think I've transferred We've Only Just Begun into the grid. It looks like answers are going to start on the numbered squares, the squares that share a number with them. And then they're going to continuously weave throughout. So we start at number 1 and we go down, then we kind of weave over and up, then across and down this column, and we sort of keep doing that, weaving back and forth throughout the grid until eventually we end up here on the far right. Adjective often paired with danger is armed. Looks right. You know what, this might actually be a little bit easier if I put these bars in here to further separate my words. Wife of Zeus, wasn't that Hera, I believe? Paint brand. It's like Sherman-Williams, isn't it? 3 letters for a plant. Maybe so, maybe plant like a verb. What's 21? Let me take a look there. Saxophones or woodwinds. I'm gonna put in the S. I'm not gonna replace the number 20 yet. I'm just gonna mark so in red. Even though I'm pretty confident it's right, I'm just reminding myself that I haven't fully put it in the grid yet. What is 20? Pigpen output? Maybe oinking? Owner of Woody and Buzz and Toy Story is Andy. Is an imposing home a mansion? Okay, I'm not filling in the S of mansion either because I want to remember where 19 is in the grid, so I'm doing the same thing I did with so there. Is it Sherwin-Williams? That sounds about right. All right, I think I'm going to use a Google Lifeline on some of the pop culture references that I'm just not very well versed in. I'm pretty sure the paint brand is Sherwin-Williams, so I'm going to double check that first. Yeah, Sherwin-Williams looks right. Let's try who authored the Swiss Family Robinson. Looks like it's Johann Weiss. I'm going to look up the actress Nora of 3 Kings. It's Nora Dunn, D-U-N-N. Oh yeah, the 1989 PGA Player of the Year. Let's see who that was. Tom Kite. Are Minneapolis and St. Paul twin cities? Okay, so I'm friends with a lot of crocheters, so I actually sent them this clue, Crocheter's Concern, and one of them pretty much immediately responded that it's Stitch, which I probably could have gotten on my own, but I like to share the puzzles every so often. All right, I'm going with oinking. I think I was right with that for the pig pen output. The deep blue hue is indigo. One down, I would have said catty corner, but I'm wondering if it's kitty cornered. I'm wondering if it's kitty cornered. because of how it looks like it ends here. That looks right. Okay, I'm going to use a crossword solver for a few of these other ones. I'm going to start with the wide-brimmed hat. Oh yeah, the wide-brimmed hat is a sombrero. I really should have gotten that one. Oh, I think that the capital on the Red River is Hanoi. Okay, apparently 9 is referring to a character from the TV show The Avengers. It's a British TV show. The character is John Steed, and his boss is a secret agent whose codename is Mother. Ah, is a bindle stiff a hobo. So are the characters from early sci-fi Moon Men? It looks like that's right. Okay, the historic raft is Kon-Tiki, which I wasn't familiar with, but it's a 1947 journey by raft across the Pacific Ocean. Alright, so what did this get me? Did this get me something? My first guess would have been to read the unchecked letters around the outside. I guess I should try to remember that we also have this phrase that we need to do something with. Oh, no, actually, I see it. It's right here. Key to M. Well, I'm going to hold off on seeing what Key to M unlocks until the next video, so we'll have to wait till then to figure out what our Mark Twain saying does as well. But these are some really high-quality puzzles. I'm really enjoying them, and of course, the fact that they're largely crossword-like themed is of great interest to me. I love crosswords. So I'm having a blast with this hunt, and I'm excited to continue escaping from Alcatraz next time. Let me know your thoughts about this hunt. Until next time, I hope that everybody has a great day, and as always, happy escaping.